Today on Tom Gresham's Gun Talk, more from the NRA Annual Meetings. Hear what's new for 2019 from Ruger, Proper, Crimson Trace, Kimber, and Timney Triggers. Plus, a special anniversary for Barnes Bullets and more. And now, here's Tom Gresham.
All righty, it is time to do Gun Talk. We're at the NRA Annual Meetings in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're in the Ruger booth having a bunch of fun here. Here's, 40, 50, 60,000 of our closest friends again together. And we're joined by Chris Killoy, President, CEO, the Grand Poobah of Ruger, because who else is going to do this, Chris?
Hey, I'm always happy to be here, Tom.
Exactly. It's so much fun that we appreciate you guys letting us hang out in your booth here. And we're going to be here for, 3 hours today. We're having a bunch of fun. So, yesterday, actually the show opened yesterday. I say the show. It's the annual meetings. It's the NRA Annual Meetings. But there's an exhibit hall as part of this. It's kind of like a miniature SHOT Show, but this one's open to the public.
Exactly. This is, for us, it's our second biggest show of the year. The SHOT Show is the biggest in terms of attendance and things like that. But NRA is very close to it. And, at NRA, you've got open to the public. There's all kinds of cool stuff to see. And literally, when I get out of the booth, I can't walk in a straight line because I get so overwhelmed by all the cool stuff that I get distracted.
Well, that's because you're a gun guy.
Exactly.
Well, there's actually several things going on because yesterday it was a little bit crowded, but that was a Friday and people were working. Today is Saturday. Now, we're doing time shifting, so the show we're doing right now will be heard a week from when we're actually doing it. But today is Saturday on the floor, and it's crazy. You cannot get anywhere. It is packed. People everywhere. And it's always fun because I'm looking around, people are like, ooh, it's like they're walking and looking and going, that's cool. Everybody has the same reaction, just like you do. Can't get anywhere.
Exactly. But it is fun. You're like a kid in a candy store, as they say.
It is all of that. And, no one ever went into your booth and said, hey, Chris, what's old?
Exactly. Occasionally we do get somebody that wants to know why something was discontinued.
Well, yeah, there's that. We all have the list of things that we say, well, why aren't you making that? So, well, okay, But mainly they want to know what's new.
Exactly. They want to know what's new, or maybe they saw something new on social media and they want to see it in hardware for the first time.
And it's pretty much what you guys have been specializing in for, I got to say, at least a decade. You really crank out a lot of new products, a lot of cool guns.
We do. We really try to because we know we've got to keep the customer excited. And there's a lot of new things we can do, brand new platforms as we call them. Like last year we did the PC carbine. This year with the Wrangler.
Because it's one thing you can do a new finish. Everybody goes, okay, it's a new finish. But when you do a whole new gun like the PC carbine, you're going, oh, that's a multi-year deal to get that out the door, isn't it?
It is. It takes a long time to get it out, and then hopefully you've got a long time, adding to it. Adding newer calibers, things like the free float handguard, different camo
That's right, because you got new
patterns.
stuff this year on it.
Right. So the goal. Sometimes you launch a family of products. Sometimes you launch one, and then you follow up with what we call derivatives or special makeups, where we'll work with distributors on maybe.
Sure.
Camo pattern, Cerakote, something like that.
Right, something that makes it a little bit special, a little bit different from what you could get otherwise. And we were talking yesterday, we were doing live videos from the booth here, and you've got, the RPR in the 300, was it PRC?
300 PRC and the 6.5 PRC.
Wow, those are really impressive cartridges.
They're very cool cartridges. I think for both the precision side of it, and Hornady's got some great hunting loads as well.
Right, and we're talking Magnum cartridges. They don't have a belt, but now we know that Magnums don't have to have a belt.
Right.
But they are Magnum level performance. And one of the things that's happened is that over the years, we figured out that you actually can, yes, we make rifles that are more accurate, but they actually can design cartridges that are more accurate. Going all the way back to the PPC, the Pintle Palm cartridge, the bench rest stuff, what we've learned there, fat body, sharper shoulder, and they've incorporated that. And actually, our cartridges are actually better, which forces you as a gun maker to step up, doesn't it? It
does. The cartridges get better. Sometimes it's a chicken and the egg, which comes first. And,
True.
Sometimes things like when we launched the 380, a decade ago,
right.
The LCP, not the 380 cartridge, of course,
right.
LCP with the 380.
And
was
the ammo
popular.
was just not ready.
The ammo was not ready. Ammo was a little bit boring, a little bit flat, and all of a sudden the ammo manufacturers, caught up.
They had to catch up.
Exactly.
That's interesting. I hadn't thought of that, but you're right. You brought out the LCP, and everybody go, yeah, well, why? Because the ammo just is not very good. the ammo company said, wait a minute, if you're going to sell a bunch of these, and it's a true self-defense gun.
Right.
We need to make better ammo, and you actually caused that revolution in 380 ammo.
Right. We think we're a big part of it, for sure.
Yeah. And so now we've got people bringing out these cartridges, and now it becomes not a one versus the other, but you actually are working hand in hand with the ammo companies who are designing these cartridges.
Right. Good example of that is, coming on the success of the 450 Bushmaster and a bolt action for all the states that have the straight wall cartridge laws for deer season. This year you saw Winchester just launched a 350 Legend.
Right.
And we've got a bunch of models, both in the bolt actions and in our MSR platform, the Ruger MPR in 350 Legend.
So you got a semi-auto for the 350 Legend. Think of it as, for those of us old enough, a 35 Remington. If you go way back, kind of performance level. Really good deer cartridge, and frankly, inside of 200 yards, I wouldn't have a problem in the world hunting something bigger than a deer with that cartridge.
Exactly, and with that 350 Legend, the nice thing is for people that don't want the recoil of that 450, because the 450 is a thumper. It's a great round.
Right.
But, a lot of people don't need or care to handle that level of recoil. And I think 340 is going to do very well.
Yeah,
350.
350 Legend, straight wall, exactly. We got the Wrangler. We've been doing some stuff on that on our social media. It's an affordable single six, if you will, with an aluminum alloy frame.
Yep.
Very cool. I mean, $249 MSRP. Street price is going to be probably just under $200, realistically speaking. Very good entry level. Great way to start somebody out shooting with a 22 rimfire with a single action revolver.
Exactly. And so many of our revolvers and firearms in general have been someone's first gun, whether it's a 10/22, whether it was a single six or a Bearcat. But at this price point, I think with a Wrangler, it's really going to open that back up to a lot of people for a first gun or just an extra gun. At that price point, we think it's going to be very, very exciting, very successful.
There's something else you guys did that a lot of people will look at it and go, yeah, okay, fine. But I think it's more important than people will understand at first. Is the Security 9, going with a little bit smaller frame on that, I think it becomes kind of a sweet spot for carrying.
Absolutely. Security 9 was off to a great start last year and did very well. Now with the Security 9 Compact, it really does hit that sweet spot, in terms of concealability. And again, very good price point, ultra reliable, a lot of fun to shoot. And with the price of 9mm ammo these days,
no kidding.
It's become like the new Plinker.
One of the things I would kind of like for people to know about you and about the company, is that you're a shooter. You have shooters in the company. And I think that kind of shows in the product line and what you guys do. It's like we were together a few weeks ago at a board meeting, and we get the afternoon off, and you're out shooting, man. That's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, we were fortunate enough to have some afternoon time, and at a facility that had a great 5-stand, field for us, as well as got to go on a very nice Georgia quail hunt.
And they had instructors there too, which is always
good. They did, and I could always use that. That's for sure.
It's interesting. I don't know what it is about. It's guys. Come on, it's not women. Women know. Guys go, yeah. I'm a guy. I don't need anybody to teach me how to shoot, right?
I need all the help I can get.
Until you get with a good instructor and you go, oh, okay, I get it, right?
Right. Just being around Doug Koenig from our shooting team. When I've been around Doug, I just want to kind of just listen and learn all I can and try to improve my skills.
And what's interesting about somebody like Doug and the people on your team is they'll watch you shoot and they don't butt in. They say, if you just kind of held it this way, they do a little thing and you go, well, that's nothing. And then you start shooting, you're going, oh, wow, that makes a really big difference.
Exactly.
But then again, these are people who are putting literally 1 million rounds downrange.
Right. Yeah, no, we're fortunate to be able to do some of the events where we have Doug there and some of our shooting team members. We try to take all of our new engineers when they're first assigned, whether it's a rifle project, pistol project, we try to get them out for some training. On the pistol side, typically the gun sight. On the rifle side, we make sure they're going down to FTW in Texas, so they can really understand the basics of both shooting and precision shooting, and what's important to the consumer, what's important to ballistics, what's important to how do you make a great rifle?
Right. What makes a good rifle? The other thing is you have to explain to them when they come into the industry. Look, your customers know an awful lot about your products. I mean, the people walking around the floor here, they know your guns.
Right.
They know what's inside of them. They know what makes them work. They know the history of them. And you got to get up to speed with that because there's an expectation there. It's not that, well, I always ask the question, what is another consumer product we buy with the absolute expectation that it will last as long as we live?
Right.
That's a high bar to have to hit.
It is. And you go over, like here at the show, in addition to all the manufacturers displaying, we've got the Ruger Owners and Collectors Society.
Right.
And they're over there. They've got some awesome exhibits on the historical aspects of Ruger's. And, Ruger's only been in business since 1949. And by gun company standard, that's relative newbie.
Yeah.
But there's some great exhibits. And I always like to go over there because every time I go, I can learn more about the history of Ruger and all the cool stuff we've done in the past.
Now, I know we had a whole lot of products we're not going to have time to talk about. It's just really easy. Ruger.com. People say, is it out yet? If it's on the website, it's out.
It's out. We always try to make sure that once we announce it, we've already started the shipping process.
Right.
So they may be hard to get. I mean, they're certainly hard to get based on the demand, but they're out there.
Exactly. So. Chris Killoy, thank you so much. President of Ruger, thanks for letting us hang out in your booth, man.
Hey, we're happy to have you here, Tom. Thank you.
Always fun. All right, don't go far. When we come back, we'll be right back here at the NRA Annual Meetings in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Whether you are a first-timer or seasoned shooter, Double Star has the guns, edged weapons, and parts you desire. Our products are made in America and held to the highest quality standards. No exceptions. Double Star and Ace Limited manufactures products people bet their lives on without hesitation. That awesome responsibility motivates the Double Star family, and it will proudly protect yours. When you're ready for the best, join our family at star15.com. That's star15.com.
Are you looking for a place to shoot? The National Shooting Sports Foundation has a great website called wheretoshoot.org. It's the largest database of shooting ranges on the internet. It's also a great resource for shooters where you can find video tips, printable targets, and a lot more. Find it online at wheretoshoot.org. And while you're there, download their free iPhone app. That's wheretoshoot.org.
This land, once wild and free, fades now from our memory. But I remember what it was like, what we were like, what we are capable of when we band together. Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. These natural wonders are where waterfowl begin their cycle of life, where the deer and the antelope play, and where we, the people, gather together to see and share what makes the outdoors so great. The time is now to band together with organizations like Ducks Unlimited. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
Tactical professionals who put their lives on the line every day depend on Surefire. Since 1979, Surefire has designed, machined, and assembled the finest flashlights and weapon-mounted lights right here in the U.S. From everyday carry flashlights with 1200 lumens and mil-spec hard anodized finishes to the most reliable weapon lights on the market for duty use or your home defense firearm. Surefire has what you need. American built, American strong. Visit surefire.com.
All right, back with you here. We are, again, still at the Ruger booth at the NRA's annual meetings here. We're joined by Dianna Muller from the DC Project. Now, Dianna, you just brought in a ringer on me, so who do we have?
I did. This is Beth Walker, and she's actually a newly sponsored shooter for Ruger.
Cool. Hey, Beth.
And she goes to...
Let me see if I can get a mic up on you there. Try that. Is this good? Nope, we're not working here, so I'm not sure what's going on. Wait a minute. Stand by. That's not working for me. You know what? That mic may not be working for you, so we're going to have to figure out what we're doing here.
All right, well, I'll talk about it, and then
I
can throw the mic to her.
Okay, good deal. All All right. So first of all, tell them about the DC Project.
Okay, the DC Project is 50 women, one from every state. And it's an educational and nonpartisan effort that we go to Washington, D.C. to shake our legislators' hands and say, hey, we're not the mean, evil people that the media portrays us as,
right.
And to be a resource for them. And educational, we want to take them to the range. When we go back home, let's go to the range whenever you make it back home.
So when you go to D.C., what do you do?
We break up into small groups. We have over 50 women almost, because I've got a couple in some states. And we make our own meetings. We don't rely on anybody. This is totally grassroots. We make our own meetings, and we break up into small groups. And we walk into their offices, and we say, hey, my name is Dianna Muller. I'm a retired police officer. I'm a professional shooter. This is Beth Walker. She's from Indiana. She's 16 years old. 17 now, I think. And so we tell our stories about who we are, and what we have some powerful stories of women that have had horrible things happen to them because they weren't armed or disarmed. So we have some powerful stories since I'm the founder and I'm the manager.
We should just let people know you started this whole thing.
I did. So
you kind of have a strong, I'm fed up with this, we got to do something about it streak in you, don't you?
I do. We can talk about the Ambassador Academy later. So we just go in and we want to be that relationship, make that relationship with people, and give them a reason to love us.
So do you make appointments ahead of time?
We do.
Okay.
No, we make appointments
ahead of time. I know there's
time.
some that won't take your appointments.
And anybody can do the same thing that we're doing, whether it be federally or if it be in the state, because the federal guys are going to have offices in their states.
Right.
So you don't have to travel to Washington, D.C. to do this. And you can just go in and tell your story and make sure it's known that, hey, we still exist. We're out here, and we may be silent in public because we don't get the bashing, but we are here to tell you that we do support the Second Amendment.
One of the things I was going to ask you about is I always talk about the value of just simply showing up. And being there is everything, isn't it?
Yes.
So what kind of reaction do you get when you walk in, when you start telling your story?
We've gotten really good reception. There are people like in Illinois that go by the name of Dick Durbin who weren't very nice to our girls.
Not to mention any names. But he was living up to his name, and it's just rude. But we don't get a whole lot of that. Right. For the most part, everybody's willing to listen to us, and we have to make an impact, whether they are going to or not. But this year, honestly, I'm going after the soft Republicans because I feel like we're losing ground. So my powerful stories are not necessarily going into Nancy Pelosi and Dianne Feinstein's office. My powerful stories are going to be maybe going into some of those soft Republicans. Because some of them are a little bit squishy.
Everybody's getting a little squishy these days and scared to stand up for what's right. So,
and when you stand there and say, "Are you?" and it's okay to go ahead and ask for the vote. Say, "We need you to support this." Don't give me any of this. Well, I support the Second Amendment, but
there is a lot of buts.
There's a lot of the but, and I always say, if you say I support the Second Amendment, but what it means is I don't support the Second Amendment. Really,
true enough.
So, politicians know how to do a lot of things, but the thing they really know how to do best is count. And when you're standing there, you represent votes.
Right. That's why it's so important for us to continue to go back. This is our 4th year. We're actually an official nonprofit now.
Are you?
Yes, that's kind of the exciting news this year. I went ahead and jumped into that. And this year we're doing our first official fundraising effort, and it's a 3-gun match because we kind of are partial to 3-gun.
Yeah, I think.
And it's a 2-man team match, and our one of the people on your team has to be a girl or a junior. Okay. To promote those 2 demographics that are important to promote our shooting sports and the Second Amendment, everything like that. So that's our classic division. And what's exciting about this is that Jerry Michulik and John Tigan from the 13 Hour Story, they are letting us raffle off their partner slot, and there's a gun in each package. So if you guys can hear me, we're drawing this weekend. Like Tig's drawing is this afternoon.
Wow.
Tig's drawing is this afternoon at Carr. It's a Carr pistol that's in the package as well. So you can get those tickets online at pro3gunner.com, PRO, the number 3, gunner.com. And we'll be over at the Carr booth at 3:45 doing that drawing. And then Jerry Michulik's is at Mossberg at 10. 10:45 in the morning.
What's the best way for people to find out about DC Project? Facebook or website? What?
Well, right now it's on our combined website. The Pro3Gunner.com has a tab that has the DC Project, or dcproject.info will take you there as well.
Okay.
I'm in the process of changing that over to the foundation and creating its own website. So, so that's the exciting thing. We got the big checks, and we're going to be standing there taking pictures tomorrow. So,
how long were you a police officer?
22 years.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
So you really did learn not to put up with stuff that you don't have to.
Oh, well, yeah, well.
Yeah,
or surround myself with good people that could take care of me whenever I got into trouble.
So police officer and competitive shooter.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then this year we just started the Ambassador Academy, because I've been in this space being a sponsored shooter for 10 years now. And obviously I was a police officer when I started, but after I made this a second career.
Right.
And I've always wanted training when it comes to social media. I don't understand social media very well, and technology is always changing. So, unless you have a 13-year-old to help you on a daily basis,
or Beth,
I have to have somebody teach me. So whether it be social media or filming and editing, because when I go to a match, I have to do all that myself.
You got to do it all yourself.
I do, and then I have to shoot. So I created this. My husband and I, Ryan, created this Ambassador Academy. So basically, it's for the brand ambassador to practice hostile communications. We had a great gal that acted as a hostile interviewer, and we put him on camera. And
I want to do that. I want to be the hostile interviewer.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll put you on my list. I'll put you on your list. So then we had a professional photographer come in, and so it's almost a photo shoot for companies. Hopefully the companies will see the value and improving the brand ambassador's return.
Wow. A lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get Beth on here.
Okay.
I'm going to get, I think, Jim, are we about at the break point here? 30 seconds. Okay, yeah. We got 30 seconds. We'll hit our break. When we come back, we'll get Beth on. We'll swap the mics out. We'll work on that. This is what happens when you're doing remotes, because you never know exactly what's going to work. You're going, why isn't this working? I don't know. We'll figure it out. So there you go. Dianna Muller, the DC Project, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here. When we come back, we'll swap out and we'll get Beth on, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Good. All right. You guys don't go anywhere, all right? This is Tom Gresham. It is Gun Talk. We're at the NRA Annual Meeting. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana. We got lots of folks lined up. Everybody say hi. See, I told you they're all here. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Welcome back to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk from the Ruger booth at the NRA Show.
All righty, we're back with you. Tom Gresham, Gun Talk at the Ruger booth at the NRA's annual meetings. You're having a ball here. We're joined by Beth Walker. Beth, you are perhaps the youngest member of Team Ruger now?
I am.
You are? Okay, let me get your mic up there. So, all right, how old are you? You got to tell people.
I'm 17 years old.
All right, how long have you been shooting competitively?
I've been shooting competitively for just under 3 years now.
Okay, so what do you shoot? What events?
So I primarily shoot 3-gun, rifle, pistol, shotgun competitions, and I also am getting into Bianchi Cup and precision rifle shooting.
Why?
Well, it's always seemed interesting to me, but it's just something that I thought with the product versatility here at Ruger that I could really capitalize upon.
So how'd you get started?
So getting started for me was kind of a unique story. I had 2 really severe concussions. I played volleyball, basketball, and softball before. And, playing contact sports kind of became a little bit of a
It's too risky.
Danger for me, yes.
Yeah, after you've had serious concussions, you don't want to be doing that.
So from there, we came to the NRA Annual Meetings in Indianapolis, actually in 2014. So it's been 5 years.
Okay.
And that's kind of where I got my start. I met people, and it took about 2 years, 2.5 years to really get me full force into it after that.
You're one of those natural competitors, aren't you?
Yes, I'm a very competitive person.
Yeah, yeah. So you're okay. So you're playing all these contact sports. One of the things I've always heard about shooting, which is fascinating, and of course you're a great example of it, is that almost anybody can do it in terms of being physical.
Oh, yes, sir.
And you can do it at a very early age, and you can do it in your 80s, actually shooting competitively that long, which is kind of cool because there's not much in the way of competitive sports you can do over that stretch of time.
Definitely.
I mean, you look at Jerry Mitchell, you look at Doug Koenig on your team there.
Yes.
And you're going, these guys are. I mean, they're shooting into their 50s and beyond. It's pretty amazing. So tell me about your life. I gather you basically had to adjust your education so that you could go out and shoot and be on the road.
Yes, so my sophomore year of high school, I missed around 60 days, a little bit more than that. And it was
because of shooting?
Yes, it was
Okay.
all shooting related. I was going to competitions, trade shows, industry shows, just different things like that, and that was causing me to have to miss school. And they were very, very supportive of me and wanted me to be able to go out and get this kind of career-like training.
Right.
But it was something where it was so stressful on me and, as well as my teachers and the administration. And so we decided to, from there, go to online school so that I had a little bit more flexibility.
All right, tell me about the DC project.
So I'm the Indiana delegate for the DC project. We have over 50 women now representing almost all 50 states, and we go and we meet with our legislators every year in Washington, D.C., and talk to them kind of to put a new face on the Second Amendment, but also to show them that there are women out there that really do support the Second Amendment in very diverse ways.
Right. All right, so it has to be a bit surprising, I'm guessing, disarming, when they see you come in, because you are a very young woman. You're at that break point where we say you're a girl, but you're a woman right now, okay? So you just turned 17. And when you walk in and say, I'm a competitive shooter and this is what I do, what kind of reaction do you get?
A lot of them have had kind of a little bit of a shocked reaction. There are other competitive shooters that do go and do this project with me. But from the standpoint of being as young as I am, Dakota Overland and I have both gotten that reaction.
Dakota.
She's very well-versed in the same type of things that I am, the competitive shooting, as well as going to the DC project. She's been there the same years that I have, and we've grown together in it. But they've reacted pretty well. I've had a couple of people ask questions about, well, how does any firearms legislation that's passing right now really affect you? It doesn't affect you as a competitive shooter, but it does.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's good. Well, if they're asking questions, it means they're engaged. And it opens the door for you to come in and fill that void.
Exactly.
So that's great. So, all right. So you're shooting on Team Ruger. You're touring the country. You're doing all this stuff. What's next for you?
Next for me, I'm looking into college.
Okay.
So I would like to go and maybe get involved in politics. I do some political things, obviously, with the DC project. And then I'm doing magazine articles for a conservative women's magazine, as well as I'm the state chair of Indiana for the Empowered movement that Antonia Okafor started, Campus Carry movement. And so I really want to get more involved in that avenue, and I think that having that background as a competitive shooter gives me a unique ability to be an advocate for the Second Amendment.
Can you get on a shooting team at a university?
There are shooting teams at universities, not really three-gun teams.
But not three-gun,
yes.
yeah.
So it would have to be trap, action, pistol, something like that.
That's not really your venue.
Right, but it is growing. The college shooting teams are growing, and I think that at some point, and it all depends on our firearms legislation and in the different states and what they pass. But as far as developing teams that can do these type of things, I think there are a lot of colleges that are very close. I know Texas A&M has a three-gun team.
Oh, okay, good deal. Well, Beth Walker, I know we're going to be hearing a lot more from you. I look forward to. We're going to be doing this talking a good bit, I think, in the years to come.
I hope so.
Thank you so much for what you are doing.
Thank you.
We appreciate you being there. You are a great voice, and we need that as well. And I would encourage people to, the DC Project, but also just standing up.
Yes. You've got to have a voice. If you don't stand up, nobody else is.
You got to stand up. You got to show up.
Right.
There it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with more from the NRA Annual Meeting in Indianapolis.
Are you tired of leather holsters not holding up to everyday carry, or having boxes of holsters for every gun? Try a holster from 1791 Gun Leather, offering multi-fit IWB and OWB options. Every holster is handcrafted from full grain, American heavy native steer hide. Order now and enjoy unmatched quality, versatility, and that pleasant leather aroma. For free shipping, visit 1791gunleather.com and add Gun Talk free ship at checkout.
Want great deals on guns, ammunition, and gear? Download the free Gundealio app today. With Gundealio, you can search for deals, listen to the Gun Talk podcast, watch gun videos, read gun news, and get notifications right to your phone about deals and special offers. Save money on the products you want from the companies you love. New deals, discounts, and rebates added daily. Gundealio, available for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Hi, this is Tom Gresham from Gun Talk. America is losing critical wildlife habitat at a rate of 1 football field every hour. It's happening on the Louisiana coast, but it's critical to all sportsmen and conservationists. These precious wetlands provide winter habitat for more than 10 million ducks and geese annually, waterfowl that migrate north through dozens of states. Don't shrug it off. Get involved. You can help. Visit vanishingparadise.org.
Hey, this is Marty Daniel of Daniel Defense. For years, we've been bringing the highest quality ARs to our consumers at a great value. Now we're doing that same thing again with our Delta 5 bolt-action rifle. It combines the accuracy and durability we're known for with the modularity of our AR platform. And it comes with the features the best shooters will want right out of the box. Visit DanielDefense.com to learn more. Isn't it time you got a Daniel?
All right, back with you here. We are, we're still here. We're here at the NRA's Annual Meetings. We're having fun here. One of the things I love about this is I get to visit with a lot of fun people, a lot of old friends, a lot of new friends, people coming up and saying hello, introducing themselves. And in this case, we got people that I've been hanging out with for a long, long time. Jessica Brooks Stevens, Randy Brooks from Barnes Bullets, and that ammo, bullets, hunting stories, everything else.
And you know what? I don't like how you said the long, because I'm not that old. I mean, come on.
I'm sorry, Grandma. What'd you say?
Oh, what? Okay, fine. I'm proud of my grandkids.
You are proud of your grandkids.
Yes.
Exactly, you are.
Yes.
But at the same time, you're one of the most active grandmas I know, because you go out there and hunt and shoot stuff and shoot things, and you're just involved. You're just doing stuff all the time.
And then we've got my dad standing here, who's a great grandpa who, I mean, come on.
How did that happen?
3 times. I don't know.
So, all right, let's go back. First of all, story of Barnes Bullets. How did it get started?
Yeah, so you want to tell this, Dad?
Yeah, sure. Fred Barnes started Barnes in 1932. And he went through some personal challenges in life and whatnot, and it ended up as a basement operation.
Okay.
And Connie and I bought it in 1974.
1974. Wow.
Yeah, that Connie, she's getting old on me.
I don't know how that happened.
He did not say that out loud.
It's a good thing she's way over there. She can't come get you right now.
That's all right. She's a dandy, and I'll tell you what, she's as much of what we have accomplished as anybody, and so is our 2 daughters, Jessica and Chandra. And, of course, Jessica's here, and Chandra's out there. But anyway, what a great ride we had. And in 1974, we started in a little house that we had. It was 24 feet by 24 feet.
Holy cow.
And we lived in the top and had the business in the basement portion and had these 2 kids. Them were the good old days, and thank goodness they're gone.
Hey, no, you know what? I'll tell you, those were great memories. And you know, I think it speaks to the dedication, the passion, really, that we have for the business, because people ask us all the time, why isn't it called Brooks Bullets? You know, and so we tell the story about Fred Barnes, and of course we're very proud of that heritage.
Sure, of course. All right, so now we're hitting this important milestone in the history of Barnes Bullets, 30 years. Talk to me.
In 1985, the fall of 1985, I went on a brown bear hunt in Alaska, and I'd been with Bill Stevenson, and I was trying to kill a 10-foot brown bear, and in his area there just wasn't many.
Right.
And I'd went 12 times.
Holy cow.
One year I went 3 times.
12 hunts?
12 hunts.
Brown bear.
And came home empty. Passed up some bears that was 8.5 and 9 foot, but I just want a 10-foot bear.
Right, okay.
And that's my MO in life. It's got to be what I want, or I don't do it.
Yeah.
So,
surprise, right? We're surprised by this, right?
Overachiever.
So I turned to Bill, my guide and friend, and I says, why do we need lead in a bullet? And we talked about it a little bit.
Excuse me? I mean, it's like we always have lead in bullets. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and anyway, we're both dumbfounded. But anyway, I came home that fall and worked on this new project. Went down to the hardware store, got a piece of copper rod that was 3/8 diameter, 375 size.
Okay.
Made a cutter that would make kind of an upside-down Christmas tree in the end. And then took a punch and scored the sides into 4 equal.
Okay, now wait a second. He's brushing over this. You've got to hear this, because this is R&D So you bought this backup. You bought this copper rod.
Yeah.
And then you cut the slugs
I
with.
cut it with a hacksaw.
With a hacksaw?
With a hacksaw, and about the length I thought would make into a 375 bullet.
A 270 grade. And then you did what with the copper slugs?
I put it in a barrel die.
No,
stuck it in a vise.
In a vise, yes.
Hit it with the punch with a hammer.
Now, that's some precision bullet making right there.
That's exactly
a hacksaw
right.
and a hammer.
And it took me a long time, man. It was about 45 minutes.
For one bullet.
Yeah.
And then you close the nose over it. You put it
Then
in
I put it in
the
a forming die and went out back and shot it in the water and says, well, I think it might work. But anyway, the long story short.
It's 1985, not current days.
But that was the start of the copper bullet, the all-copper bullet.
That was the beginning of it. And
wow.
And by 1986, the spring, I went up on a bear hunt and I shot a 9'6" brown bear. And
with Bill.
With Bill.
Yep.
Oh, same guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, same guy.
You know Bill.
Yeah.
You know Bill Stevenson.
Yeah.
Shot him in the shoulders, went through both shoulders. He went down, but he was still alive, so I shot him some more.
Right.
And the bullet didn't act perfectly. Lost petals on most of it. But over the years.
Still part of the R&D. You're working on that.
But you know what? Honestly, that's okay. I mean, because the way that you designed the X bullet, even if you blow off all 4 petals, you're still retaining 85% of the bullet's original weight.
And you got penetration.
You got penetration.
Both shoulders on that bear.
Right.
And the internal damage, I mean, I wasn't there, but you talk about that. I mean, that's when you knew you had something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean.
So that was it.
First time I shot your bullets, we were shooting antelope. I was trying to catch a bullet. You can't do it.
Antelope,
6 millimeter. I finally had to get one to turn like quarter to quarter all the way through, and through about, 4 feet of antelope with an 85 grain bullet out of, and the thing is, people say, oh yeah, well, it just goes right through. I go, yeah, but they all felt like you yanked the legs out from under them. They just hit the ground right where they were standing.
And
Tom, I got an old saying that I coined, and it's like tissue destruction kills animals, not foot-pounds of energy.
Yes.
And I personally, if you have to shoot them in the hip and recover it, okay, you got to have penetration.
Yes.
So if a bullet goes all the way through, I'm happy.
I have no problem with that at all. I've never understood that whole thing.
And we know that actually, I will say, people say, well, I want my bullet to go inside the animal and I want it to stop on the inside of the shoulder so it expends all the energy. Well, I just use this scenario. As the bullet's slowing down, it's expending less energy.
It's doing less damage
than if it's going full bore.
Yeah. No.
And so I just don't, if you think about it, it makes sense.
I want a long,
wide wound channel
that does damage all the way through. I'm with you. So, all right, so we're 30 years into the X bullet.
Yeah.
Of course, now we have the latest version.
Yeah, so let's fast forward to 2019. This is the 30th anniversary of the release of the X bullet. So we released it commercially in 1989.
Okay.
So to celebrate this, I mean, for us, this historic occasion, and really the industry, I mean, the first all-copper bullet.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So he and I, last spring, go on brown bear hunt together.
Right.
And we go with Bill Stevenson.
Same guy.
I use the original 375 caliber X bullets.
Really?
He uses a new 416 caliber tip triple shock.
Okay.
And we go to Alaska and we have a good time.
That is phenomenal. So, did you get your bears?
We got our bears.
Who got the biggest bear?
Come on. Well, you know what?
Let me raise my hand.
I had to let the old guy.
Go.
I had to let the old guy.
Oh, wait. You had to let the old guy take the big bear? I don't think so.
No, my bear is a really good bear. He's 9.5 foot.
That's a great bear.
Right. But this guy, 11 foot.
What?
Yeah, insane. His pad.
11-foot bear?
The bear's pad, 11 foot wide.
Holy cow.
11 inches wide.
Yeah.
11-foot bear. Oh, that's incredible. Okay, right. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to come back. We'll be talking with you just a little bit when we come back. We are at the NRA's annual meetings. We're talking with Jessica Brooks-Stevens, with Randy Brooks from Barnes Bullets. We got a whole lot of people hanging around here. We're having a bunch of fun. And we got more guests lined up. You do not want to miss any of this. There's news coming right here. I'm Tom Gresham. This is Gun Talk.
Welcome back to Tom Gresham's Gun Talk from the Ruger booth at the NRA show.
I don't think you can have any more fun than we're doing right now. We're talking with Jessica Brooks-Stevens, Randy Brooks. We got lots of friends and family all around us here. We're having a ball. This is kind of what NRA is, isn't it?
Yeah, all about it. Friends and family.
It's friends and family and
little kids, big kids.
Yeah, I told people that if you just stop and talk to people, anybody you stop and talk to, you're going to find a friend wherever you are.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're kind of kindred spirits here, right?
We are. We do share kind of the same values and all. All right, so we're talking about the 30-year anniversary of the X-Bullet and all of that, which kind of brings us up to Barnes bullets right now. Not just bullets, of course, anymore. It hadn't been for a long time, making really good ammo.
Yeah.
And not just like good hunting ammo, really good, accurate ammo that performs well.
Well, and, like you said, performs well no matter if it's, flesh and bone or if it's paper.
Or if it's target, yes.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing like cutting edge. I mean, you were the first, as far as I knew, the first people using Doppler radar to check your ballistics and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
I mean, real data, real...
Yeah, we verify everything with it. It's awesome.
Well, yeah, and
it helps us with projectile design as well. I mean,
Correct.
the Doppler radar, it was a huge tool.
Yeah.
Huge tool.
Well, you're not the folks who are going to make claims without being able to back it up. And I know that from knowing you guys for decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just, if you say it is, it is.
Yeah.
It just is. Well, part of that is, and I mean, people ought to know, you hunt dangerous game. It's not like we can't really count on this claim because this thing will come chew on us.
I'm glad you said
right.
that. And you know what? I feel like Dad is really the inspiration for that because he really set the stage for. Yeah, we can make these products, but you know what? I love hunting, and this is what I want to do, and I expect these specific results, and I want the best of the best. I mean, that's how he lives life, and really that's the culture to this day at the company.
It is. It's a great company. You make great products. I've used them for a long time. It's one of those. You know how, in every category, there's a product line or two or three where you can just tell people, "Look, I can recommend this, and I'm never going to have to worry about it coming back on me." And people say, "Well, that didn't work out for me." And and whatever it is, it can be cars, tractors, airplanes. It doesn't really matter. And this is one of those.
Well, thank you, Tom. That's a great compliment.
Means a lot.
I mean, it really is. It's like look. If you're not sure, you could go this way. You could get Barnes ammo, and you're going to be fine. It's just going to do what you need it to do.
That brings up a really neat story, I think, with my mom, Connie Brooks.
Okay,
so
we got about a minute.
Yep, I think it was buffalo or elephant she was hunting, and that animal was charging her, and she faced face to face, and she just stood there planted until he went down. And somebody asked her, how... You're a little tiny thing. How were you able to stand there and plant yourself? And she said, because I have the ultimate confidence in my product.
That is such a key word, confidence. If you have good gear and you have good ammo and good bullets, which, as you say, delivers your intentions.
Delivers your intentions to the target.
To the target.
Yep.
You then have confidence, and when you have confidence, you become better at what you're doing. You make better shots.
That's right.
When you have confidence. When you have a rifle that you know this is going to go off exactly when I want it to, and I am going to hit this target, you can take shots. You go, if I had a lesser batch of equipment, I might not do it.
Tom, the bullet, the projectile, not the loaded round, the bullet delivers your intentions to the target.
Yes.
And that has been our focus since 1932, the projectile, and we can't settle for anything less than perfect.
Well, you guys do great stuff, making them right there in Utah, which we love about the whole deal. And frankly, I love the fact that you guys have the passion because that shines through everything you do. Thank you guys for everything you do, and thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity, and good luck to you.
It is always a pleasure to have you guys around. It's important to me to be able to count you guys as friends.
Absolutely. Personal friends.
All right, you guys take care. All right, don't go anywhere here. All right, Tom Gresham here. We're at the NRA's Annual Meetings in Indianapolis, Indiana. Having a bunch of fun. We'll be right back with more radio from the NRA Show.